Imagine a time before computers, before the internet, before the digital age as we know it. Businesses relied on mountains of paper, meticulously organized, or so they hoped, in rows upon rows of filing cabinets. This was the era of flat files where data was stored in simple, unconnected lists. It was a system as ancient as the pyramids and just as difficult to navigate. Early businesses, bless their hearts, struggled to manage this data deluge. Information was scattered, duplicated, and prone to errors. Trying to find a specific piece of information was like searching for a single grain of sand on a beach. And heaven forbid you needed to update information across multiple files, a recipe for frustration and human error. The limitations of this archaic system were becoming painfully clear. Businesses were drowning in a sea of their own making, desperate for a life raft. They needed a solution, a way to bring order to the chaos, to transform data from a burden into a boon. Little did they know, a revolution was brewing on the horizon, one that would change the way we interact with information forever. Flat files, those seemingly simple lists of data, were the workhorses of the pre-digital age. But like a tired old horse, they were prone to stumbling, often with disastrous consequences. Their biggest flaw? A lack of interconnectedness. Each file stood alone, a silo of information oblivious to the data stored elsewhere. This isolation bred a host of problems. Data redundancy ran rampant, with the same information needlessly duplicated across multiple files. Inconsistencies were rife, like having different addresses for the same customer in separate files. And security? Practically non-existent. Anyone with access to the filing cabinet held the keys to the kingdom. Imagine a library where every book existed in isolation, its contents unknown to the others. Finding the information you need would be a nightmare, right? That's the challenge businesses faced with flat files. The data was there, but it was trapped, its potential untapped. It was clear, a new approach was desperately needed. From the ashes of flat file frustration arose a new champion, the Database Management System, or DBMS. Think of a DBMS as a master organizer for digital information. It's a software system that allows you to store, manage, and retrieve data in a structured and efficient way. No more data silos, no more redundancy nightmares. The benefits of a DBMS are as vast as the data they manage. Firstly, they reduce data redundancy by storing each piece of information only once. Imagine a single, authoritative source of truth for your entire organization. Secondly, DBMS improves data integrity by enforcing consistency rules. No more conflicting addresses or mismatched phone numbers. But wait, there's more. DBMS also enhances data security by controlling access and user permissions. It's like having a highly trained security guard for your data, ensuring only authorized personnel can access sensitive information. With a DBMS, businesses could finally shed the shackles of flat files and embrace a new era of data efficiency and security. Let's take a real-world example, a bustling university. Thousands of students, faculty, and courses generate a colossal amount of data. Managing this information using flat files would be like trying to herd cats, chaotic and ultimately futile. But with a DBMS, the university can bring order to this academic jungle. Imagine a central database storing all student information, enrollment details, grades, contact information. No more redundant data scattered across different departments. The same goes for faculty information, course schedules, and even library resources. Everything is interconnected, easily accessible, and securely managed. But the benefits extend far beyond just organization. The university can now use this data to generate insightful reports, track student performance, manage resources effectively, and even predict future enrollment trends. With a DBMS, data transforms from a logistical nightmare into a powerful tool for decision-making and strategic planning.